review! This is a happy day because today I am taking these wheels off and putting on a pair of wheels that I've been considering getting for quite some time. These are 2023 HYPER D67s. Added noises.
All right, first impressions, packaged really nicely. There's a balance to be struck between you and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm gonna use two hands for this.
Fast forward, fast forward, fast forward, fast forward, fast.
One thing I already noticed. Stop and removing the bit, okay. Don't take off the cap ends when you do that. One thing I noticed is it's tubeless ready, so that's good to know. I am gonna make another video someday in the future about how I hate tubeless system. 710, as is. No disc, no rim tape, and a valve, which I will be removing. Okay, first things first.
Not terribly loud. I'm okay with that. It's not in a wheel stand, but it feels pretty smooth. Just me holding it like that. Oh, okay. Let's see how much it weighs. 864. You can see that. There we go. 1574.2 1574.6. Okay, well, you get the idea. I'm breathing on it.
Alright, I'm gonna see if y'all can see this. So I prefer this to their like basket weave sort of thing. But to be completely honest, there is some, just looking at it, all right, these are small things. I make shit with my hands too. I know that this is a nitpicking. But some of the, you can see some of the fibers. Just almost looks like it'd been scratched, or it's just not as clean. I'll show a picture of the Reynolds wheels.
Oh yeah.
See just that like that line going through there. The spokes are in the middle.
As opposed to the Cadex, which is super clean. Still get some fingerprints probably. But just a better finish overall.
Now again, thankfully, I guess, I'm not sponsored by Windspace or Hyper. I paid for them. What that means is you get 100% review, like how I feel about it. I don't know what this is, what's going on here. Moving, I'm sure you're not gonna see it, but you know, I've heard a lot of hype. Ha 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 ha. Huh? I've heard a lot of hype about these wheels, so I guess we'll see how they ride first. But I mean, you even see a little bit of like the carbon through that hole, just like some strands sticking through. And I'm not trying to find fault in this. This is my own purchase. I'm hoping that they're amazing. So, yeah, let's put them on the bike.
Vittoria Robino Pro Graphene 2.0 for anybody who gives a shit. 25C. Speedy noises.
So you ready for this? I don't have a bike stand.
No bike stand, but torque wrench necessary.
Fast forward, fast forward.
So far, so good. Those went on there, not exactly by hand, but pretty well. There's my lovely bike stand, but that's how that. Oh, okay. You know what? Let's not ruin the picture. Let's wait until it's done. We'll get a better look at it. Okay, rear wheel was a little bit more of a pain in the ass, but tires on. Gotta give it some air. Tighten up the rear the cassette. And the brakes. Ooh. Okay. See how lucky we are with the rear wheel. A little bit of wobble, but I think that's normal. Okay. Parking lot reaction. Yeah, I can't feel a difference. Okay, my first real bit of feedback. Oh, because I finally put some power into these wheels. Oh, I can't wait to not be sick. You can definitely feel the stiffness in the spokes, and especially in the rear wheel when sprinting. If you're a little bit too far forward with more weight on the handlebars, you know, especially when climbing. If I'm not too careful about rocking back, putting a little bit of weight on the rear wheel still, even when going a slight uphill, then you can feel it kick, even just a little bit. It's just not as sure. I guess I could try to put less tire pressure in the rear wheel. Maybe that'll help balance that out a little bit. But yeah, it was fun sprinting in it. Probably gonna be more fun if I'm not dying at the time. All right, before somebody says something, I'm gonna put my hands back on the handlebars. Again, it's like they didn't spend money on the finish. It's almost too raw. It looks like oil stains. We just got back from a night of hot pot. I don't think I hate it too much. It just looks like fingerprints. To wrap everything up, we'll see. I'll keep giving you updates. We'll see how they climb. We'll see how they descend. And that will probably put the wrap on the first gear review. 1,000 kilometers later, and that's when we get to see something else. I'm like most people out there, I'm sure. I want something that's gonna last. I'm gonna tear the hell out of them and see how they do. Okay, bye. Okay, still alive. There's the view. There's the other view. There were a couple times climbing up that I felt the aerodynamics actually helped. A couple times I even got tucked coming uphill. A little bit of wind blowing down the mountain. Yeah, still the same as before. My only real negative feedback so far is really stiff rear spokes. If you're not careful, you hit something just right while out of the saddle. Sometimes even in the saddle, you get a little bump and it shifts the rear wheel a little bit. Now for the real test, to go downhill, see how that holds out. Okay, I got about a kilometer downhill, and two things. One, I'm gonna wait because there's just too many damn cars. Two, jeebus, you can really feel the wind on these wheels. Way more, honestly, than my Reynolds 58s. It's just a little bit of wind, and not a lot. I mean, you can, not a lot of wind. But going downhill just now, I like to take chances and get real tight in traffic. I'm not gonna show you that. I might. But did not feel like risking that on these. They're just twitchy, very twitchy. The bladed spokes maybe have something to do with that, as well as the deeper profile of the wheels. All right, we're just gonna wait a little bit longer, see if I can find a dead spot to kind of get some good speed in. Yes, I did get a haircut. Okay, quick and dirty, final end for the review that I've been doing on these wheels over the past few days. I think they look okay from afar, especially on this bike. I'm generally pleased with the purchase. To be honest, if you are looking for something that uphill, downhill, through traffic, on the flats, looks fast, is a little bit faster perhaps, then go with maybe 50, 55s. I think that would be the sweet point, or the sweet spot for looks good, is good, and all-round performance. One thing I'll have to see as I use them is how the ceramic bearings hold up. as everybody knows, ceramic ball bearings inside of a steel casing. When they might start off very, very smooth, but when they go, they go. So when that happens, it seems pretty simple just to change them out for standard steel bearings, just for longevity of the components. Otherwise, I'm going to ride the hell out of them until that happens and, you know, solve it as we go. Stiff rear spokes feel good when sprinting. And if you're asking somebody's advice on if you should buy a pair of these wheels, I say go for it. They're cheaper than the name brand, top of the line alternatives. And I think, to be honest, the performance is not going to be too far off. As a bit of a comparison, the new Vision SL60s that I was considering putting on this bike are almost double the price of these wheels. And as my friend put it, they're not going to make you 2 times faster. If anybody was thinking about getting these wheels, I hope this kind of helped you make a decision. Maybe I'll see you for the next one. All right, peace out, everybody.